You've seen the ads, you've seen the commercials, but what is it exactly? Well, we were recently granted an exclusive interview to learn about the production and more. Let's take a look.
Here in this country, you can really follow and chase your dreams and do things that you couldn't even imagine.
Ying Chen has been conducting the Shenyang Orchestra since the show premiered in 2006.
It's almost ironic that because we enjoy the freedom of expression in the West, we can try to save and preserve and revive our Eastern culture.
Although the show portrays scenes of Chinese culture, the story of Shenyang's creation, people who came to the U.S. to escape religious persecution and in turn used their newfound freedom of speech to create a very successful business, is American as apple pie.
They had this great vision, and they couldn't realize that in China. Honestly, I think New York is really the only place that you could really make something like that happen.
Jared Madsen has been an MC with the show since 2007. How did you get involved with Shenyang?
Basically, I heard about the artists who were in China initially, but couldn't perform because the Chinese Communist Party is an officially atheist regime. So it's very hard for artists to portray traditional Chinese culture because traditional Chinese culture is Taoism, Buddhism, Confucianism. And I saw the show, I thought it was just amazing. I thought I have to be part of this.
The company, which started presenting shows in 2006, is based out of Orange County, New York. There they also run the Fei Tan Academy of the Performing Arts, which helps prepare the next wave of artists for employment in their marquee show. Arguably more well-known than their first-class dancers is their famed marketing, which is seemingly everywhere.
We are kind of a minority, so we really need to give some extra effort to try to reach people from different channels.
In fact, their advertising has become so iconic that in recent years, unofficial imitators have become internet sensations. So why the friction between the Chinese government and Shenyang, you ask? It's because many of the artists are practitioners of Falun Gong, also known as Falun Dafa.
Falun Gong is a spiritual, meditative practice. It was hugely popular in China until suddenly the government felt threatened and paranoid. What if this turned into some movements against the government? So they started to suppress it in 1999. And since then, they have waged a brutal persecution against the practitioners in China. But they have also extended the persecution overseas, like the harassment that they've done to Shenyang.
Shenyang's current run at Lincoln Center is actively being protested by people who they say are being paid by the Chinese government. We reached out to the consulate multiple times for comment on this, but never heard back. Regardless of which side you believe, the backstory of how this organization came to be helps create an excitement that is palpable from the moment you walk into the theater. What can audiences expect when they come and see this show?
The Shenyang performance is a spectacular production. It's really a huge cast with elaborate choreography and music. We have a cast of over 70 members, which includes 30-some dancers and the live orchestra and the production staff. And the show aims to take the audience across 5,000 years of civilization to give them a real cultural experience in a fun and entertaining way.
Is it the same show year after year, or does it change?
No, every year we put on an all-new production. So we start in December and we go all the way till May. All 7 companies go out at the same time.
I understand Shenyang has toured all over the world.
Even though we're based in New York, we of course tour all over the US, Canada, Europe, Asia. Unfortunately, the one country we can't go to is China, where this culture started.
Is that hard for you guys, knowing that you can't bring this piece home, really?
Yeah, I haven't been to China since 1997.
Wow.
Because we are very outspoken within the show as well against the religious persecution and human rights violations by the Chinese Communist regime. It's still taking place in China. And as a result, there have been many cases where they made calls or write letters to venues to threaten them and put pressure on them to stop them from leasing the facilities to us. There have even been cases of people trying to damage our vehicles.
We've had tires that have been slashed, and I've been on those tours.
I mean, this is mind-boggling. Have you guys ever personally felt threatened?
Yeah, it's kind of scary to think you could get on a bus and it could flip because somebody stuck a knife in the tires.
In 1999, the New York Times began reporting that the Chinese government had started arresting Falun Gong practitioners and was sending them to forced labor camps. This topic is actually portrayed in this year's performance and is extremely personal to some of the company members.
My brother, when he was still in China, he was taken in the middle of the night into a labor camp, and he was tortured severely to force him to give up his beliefs. And he was in the labor camp for 18 months. And every day we were wondering if he was still alive. Even my parents, they were both members of the Central Philharmonic Orchestra in China. They were also detained. My dad for 1 month and my mom for 2 months, just for not stopping the practice after the government said you have to stop. So it's really real. You know, you don't hear it much from the media for a variety of reasons, but we feel the pain, you know. I have so many friends and people that I know that have undergone all kinds of terrible, tragedies.
In 2001, the Times reported about the amount of people who were mysteriously dying in these camps. Soon after, independent reports began shining a light on the nefarious cause of these deaths.
They're basically taking organ from live people, healthy live people, so that they can make money off of it. Cornea, lungs, it's unimaginable. I can't even talk about it.
I mean, is it scary touring sometimes?
It takes courage. It takes courage to do what we do. From day one, we knew what we were getting into. To do this, there is a cost, but we think it's important enough.
I feel that we are almost the voice, or a voice, for these 100 million people in China. If we can't accomplish this, I would fear that many of these gems of Chinese culture would be lost.
What has being a part of Shenyang meant to you personally?
Oh, I think it's been an honor. I was very fortunate to be involved from the beginning. It has been such a rewarding experience in that I learned so much and feel like I'm connecting back to my roots. And I just really feel privileged to be part of it and very proud of what we have accomplished, how much we have grown throughout the years.
What would you say to someone who may be intrigued by Shenyang, has seen the ads, but has never been?
I'd say you definitely have to come. It's not like any show you've ever seen. You'll just look at the world differently, ideally from a more elevated point of view.
I mean, every part of it is really exquisitely done. Don't miss the chance and check it out.